Hello and welcome to Mastermind with me, Clive Myrie. In the spotlight tonight are Charles Bowden, a machine operative whose specialist subject is the solo career of Robbie Williams. Mike Kerr, a procurement advisor. His subject is the Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. Matilda Makehamson, a clinical assessment technician. She'll be answering questions on the fauna of Madagascar. And Rupam Carroll, a retired nursery owner. Her specialist subject is the Matrix films. For half a century, Mastermind has been the apex of quizzing, and for one simple reason, its simplicity. Put 4 willing contenders in a darkened room, fire questions at them, 2 minutes on their specialist subject and 2.5 minutes on general knowledge, and see where the chips fall. Simples. Except, don't forget the black chair and its uncanny ability to discombobulate and frustrate in equal measure, scrambling the most determined of minds. Good luck. So, can I ask our first contender to join us, please? Your name?
Charles Bowden.
Your occupation?
Machine operative.
And your specialist subject?
The solo career of Robbie Williams.
The British singer and songwriter who is a former member of the pop group Take That. In 2 minutes, let's go. Robbie Williams' debut solo single was a cover version of the song Freedom 90, originally written and performed by which other singer?
George Michael.
Yes, the music video for which 1998 Williams' single, a song which he described as being like camp rock opera, is shot entirely in black and white and features the singer wearing Kiss-style makeup and a bejeweled catsuit.
Let Me Entertain You.
Yes, what's the title of the poem written and performed by Williams that's included as a hidden track at the end of the CD version of his debut solo album, Life Through a Lens?
Hello, Sir.
Yes, Williams' first tour as a solo artist, entitled The Show Off Must Go On, began in September 1997 with a concert in which town in southern England?
Slough.
No, Woking. Williams' second solo UK #1 single was a double A-side featuring She's the One, and which other song originally written and recorded for the FIFA 2000 video game, on the condition that his team, Port Vale, was included in the game?
It's Only Us.
Yes. In November 2005, Williams achieved the Guinness World Record for the most tour tickets sold in a day, when he sold 1.6 million tickets in the first 24 hours for which of his tours?
The Close Encounters tour.
Yes, which musician is credited as a producer on Williams' cover version of the 1984 hit single Louise by the Human League on his 2006 album Rude Box?
Stephen Duffy.
No, William Orbit. The instrumental midsection of the Gloria Gaynor song I Will Survive was used by Williams and his co-writer Guy Chambers within the bridge of what 2000 single?
Rock DJ.
No, Supreme, which songwriter co-wrote and co-produced with Williams all the tracks on the 2005 album Intensive Care?
Stephen Duffy.
Yes, what's the title of the fictional reality television show featured in the music video for the single Something Beautiful, and includes an appearance by Williams' father, Pete Conway, as a judge?
Win to be Robbie Williams.
No, Manufactured Miracles. And Charles, you had no passes, and you've got 6 points. And our next contender, please. Your name?
Mike Kerr.
Your occupation?
Procurement advisor.
And your specialist subject?
The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis.
The collection of 7 classic children's novels by C.S. Lewis, first published in the 1950s. In 2 minutes, let's go. What's the surname of Eustace, the child who first visits Narnia with his cousins Lucy and Edmund Pevensey in The Voyage of the Dawn Treader?
Scrub.
It is Scrub. In The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, what's the name of the captain of the White Witch's secret police who leaves a note in Mr. Tumnus's house declaring that the faun has been arrested for high treason and fraternizing with humans?
Morgram.
Yes, in The Silver Chair, when Puddleglum, the marsh wiggle, first encounters Eustace Scrub and Jill Pole on their quest to find Prince Rilian, he's trying to catch what creatures to make a stew for dinner?
Trout.
No, eels. In The Horse and His Boy, while seeking the gorge that leads to the hidden pass from Archenland to Narnia, Shasta uses what twin-peaked mountain as a navigation point to cross the desert?
Mount Pyre.
Yes, in The Magician's Nephew, after the land is brought to life by the talking lion Aslan, the jackdaw loudly proclaims what two words, inadvertently creating what the bird hopes will be remembered as Narnia's first joke?
Only me.
No, it's no fear. In Prince Caspian, what's the name of the giant who accompanies Edmund and Glenstorm the centaur to deliver the challenge of a royal duel to King Miraz?
Wimbleweather.
Yes, in The Silver Chair. When Jill finds a cookery book in the giant's castle of Harfang, she sees that it's open at a page containing recipes for man, marshwiggle, and what else?
Mushroom.
No, Mallard, what's the name of the squirrel who, on the night of Caspian's great council, when all the other creatures are sitting quietly, runs to and fro, crying, "Silence, silence, everyone, for the king's speech"?
Pattertwig.
Yes, when he guides the Dawn Treader out of the blackness surrounding the Dark Island, Aslan takes the form of what bird?
Albatross.
Yes, in The Magician's Nephew, what's the first name of the young protagonist, Diggory's sick mother, who is healed by the apple of life, which he brings back from Narnia?
Letty.
No, Mabel. In The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, which of the 7 missing lords sought by Caspian buys the captured prince from the slave trader Pug?
Byrne.
Because his face looks familiar. It is.
Lord Byrne.
Lord Byrne. Mike, at the end of that round, you had no passes. You've got 7 points. And our next contender, please. Your name,
Matilda Makinson,
your occupation,
clinical assessment technician,
and your specialist subject.
fauna of Madagascar.
The living and extinct land animals native to the African island country of Madagascar. In 2 minutes. Let's go. What nocturnal species of lemur in the genus Dobentonia has a very long and unusually thin middle finger, which it can rotate 360 degrees and which it uses to extract insect larvae from within trees?
The eye.
Yes, the golden, the green, the blue-legged, and the beautiful are species of what brightly coloured Madagascan frogs, also known as the Malagasy poison frogs?
Cockheel's frog.
No, Mantella. What cat-sized carnivore, a close relative of the larger fossa, is sometimes known as the Malagasy civet or striped civet and, unusually, is thought to live in pairs?
Pass.
The extinct giant sloth lemur, which was comparable in size to a silverback gorilla and is thought to be the largest primate ever to have evolved on Madagascar, belongs to what extinct genus?
Primates.
No, Archaeoindris. The tenrecs are a highly diverse family of mammals divided into 3 subfamilies: the furred tenrecs, the spiny tenrecs, and a third subfamily consisting solely of what single species?
The mole tenrec.
No, the large-eared tenrec. Madagascar is home to around half of the world's chameleon species, including Oosterlet's chameleon, the world's largest by length, and which other chameleon, the largest by weight?
Parsons chameleon.
Yes, the red-ruffed lemur exists only in which national park, located on a forested peninsula of the same name in the northeast of the island?
Masoala.
Yes, which beetle in the genus Trachylophorus with bright red forewings has a common name that refers to an unusually extended body part found in males?
Giraffe neck weevil.
Yes, what name from the Malagasy language is commonly given to several species of small mongoose-like carnivores, including one that's named after the naturalist Alfred Grandidier?
Pass.
The diverse group of birds known as the vangers includes what species in the genus Euryceros? I've studied, so I'll finish. Euryceros, with an enormous blue beak that bulges out above its head.
Spoonbill.
No, it's the helmet vanger. Matilda, you had 2 passes. The name from the Malagasy language, commonly given to several species of small mongoose-like carnivores, the Vontsera. You knew that. The cat-sized carnivore, a close relative of the larger fossa, the spotted Phanoloca. You knew that too. All right, Matilda. At the end of that round, you got 4 points.
Thank you.
And our final contender, please. Your name.
Rupam Carroll.
Your occupation.
I'm a retired nursery owner.
And your specialist subject?
The Matrix films.
The 1999 science fiction film and its 3 sequels released between 2003 and 2021. In 2 minutes, let's go. In the first film, the computer hacker Neo, played by Keanu Reeves, is warned by which other character no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself.
Morpheus.
Yes, when Neo first meets the figure known as the Oracle, who has an ability to predict the future, she tells him not to worry about which item shortly before he breaks it.
A vase.
Yes, what's the name of the subway train station, a transition zone between the Matrix and the real world, in which Neo is trapped at the start of the Matrix revolutions?
Mobile Avenue.
Yes, when Neo, Trinity and Morpheus meet the Merovingian, a cynical, exiled computer program, at his restaurant, he informs them that he's drinking the 1959 vintage of what French wine?
Chateau Haute Briand.
Yes, which award-winning Australian costume designer is credited on the first 3 Matrix films?
Kim Barrett.
Yes, Sati, an exile created without a purpose by the program's Ramachandra, and his wife Kamala is played by Tanveer K. Atwal in Revolutions, and by which other actress in Resurrections?
Priyanka Chopra Jones.
No, close, but it's Priyanka Chopra Jonas.
Oh, Jonas.
What's the title of the song performed by the American rock band Rage Against the Machine, which is played over the closing credits of the first film?
Wake Up.
Yes, in Reloaded. What does the architect who designed the simulated reality of the Matrix say is the quintessential human delusion after Neo chooses to return to the Matrix to rescue Trinity?
Hope.
Yes, when Neo is shown around Bug's hovercraft, the Nemesine, in Resurrections, he sees a nameplate stating that the ship was made in which year?
2169?
No, 2274. In Reloaded, what item does the Kid, a free human living in the underground city of Zion, give to Neo as he sets off to see the Oracle, explaining that it's a gift from one of the orphans and he said you'd understand?
A spoon.
Yes, what's the name of the dingy hotel inside? I've started so finished. The name of the dingy hotel inside the Matrix in which first Trinity and then a simulation of her are discovered by the police at the start of the first and fourth films, respectively.
It's the Heart of the City Hotel.
It is the Heart of the City Hotel. Ruba, you had no passes, and at the end of that round, you've got 9 points.
Thank you.
And at the end of the specialist subjects round, let's have a look at the scores. In 4th place with 4 points is Matilda. In 3rd place with 6 points is Charles. In 2nd place with 7 points is Mike. And in 1st place with 9 points is Rupam. So now, the general knowledge round. And if there's a tie at the end, then the number of passes is taken into account. And the person with the fewer passes is the winner. And if they're tied on passes as well, it's a tie break. So let's ask Matilda to join us again, please. So, Matilda, you start with 4 points. Plenty of time to catch up. You've got 2.5 minutes on general knowledge. Let's go. In a common expression, to make an already unacceptable situation even worse is to add insult to what?
Injury.
Yes, what soup, traditionally made from pasta, tomatoes, garlic and various vegetables, such as onions and carrots, has a name derived from an Italian verb meaning to serve?
Minestrone.
Yes, what's the name of the comedy character created by Lee Francis, who has presented the television panel shows Celebrity Juice and Through the Keyhole?
Keith Lemon.
Yes, the opera known in English as The Flying Dutchman, first performed in Dresden in 1843, was written by which German composer?
Strauss.
No, Wagner. Which town on the Isle of Man was granted official city status in 2022?
Douglas.
Yes, what was the name of the American R&B singer born in Los Angeles in 1938, who had a UK hit single in 1996 entitled I Just Want to Make Love to You?
Pass.
Terrifying Tudors and Awful Egyptians are titles in what series of children's books by Terry Deary and others?
Horrible Histories.
Yes, which Croatian tennis player won the Wimbledon men's singles title in 2001, having been ranked 125th in the world at the time?
Djokovic.
No, Ivanisevic. Which one of the 7 letters of the alphabet used to represent Roman numerals is the only one that's a vowel in English?
I.
Yes, which American actor who died in 2023 won a Best Supporting Actor Oscar for his role in the 2006 film Little Miss Sunshine?
Jim Carrey.
No, Alan Arkin. Which day of the week is known in Spanish as Sábado?
Saturday.
Yes, in reference to an agreement between a government agency and a private firm to provide public services. The letters PPP stand for public-private what?
Procurement.
No, partnership. Which South American country has a coastline on the Pacific Ocean and sits between Colombia to its north and Peru to the east and south?
Chile.
No, Ecuador. The three goddesses of vengeance in Greek mythology, called Alecto, Tisiphone, and Magira, are usually known in English by what collective name?
The Furies.
Yes, during a 2009 revival of a musical first performed in 1960, which Dickens' character was played on stage in the West End by Rowan Atkinson, Omid Jalili, and Griff Rhys-Jones.
Fagin.
Yes, what name is given to the outdoor version of the game of bowls that's played with 2 bowls per player on a cambered surface of close-cut grass or artificial turf?
Tonk.
No, crown green bowls, which British king came to the throne on the death of Queen Victoria in 1901 and reigned until his own death in 1910.
Edward VII.
It was Edward VII. Matilda, you had just the one pass. The American R&B singer who sang the hit I Just Want to Make Love to You, Etta James. And at the end of that round, Matilda, you've got 14 points.
Thank you.
Next up is Charles. Charles, you start with 6 points. The score to beat as it stands is 14 points. You've got 2.5 minutes on general knowledge. Let's go. At an airport, what's the usual name for the long strip of ground with the tarmac surface on which aircraft take off and land?
The runway.
Yes, what French phrase used in English to mean a private conversation between 2 people translates literally as head-to-head?
Tete-a-tete.
Yes, Birthday Letters, published in 1998, is a collection of poems by which UK poet laureate?
Carol Ann Duffy.
No, Ted Hughes. What 2024 action film stars Ryan Gosling as the stuntman Colt Seavers, a role first played by Lee Majors in a 1980s television series of the same name?
The Fall Guy.
Yes, the Taurus Mountains are a range of peaks running parallel to the Mediterranean coast of which country?
Tunisia.
No, Turkey. Lilia Vu, Nelly Korda and Celine Boutier are professional players of which sport?
Tennis.
No, golf. In 2018, which British singer had her second UK #1 album with Always in Between, featuring the chart-topping single I'll Be There?
Mabel.
No, Jess Glynn. Which American graphic artist produced the red and blue Hope poster depicting Barack Obama, which was adopted during his presidential campaign in 2008?
Liechtenstein.
No, Shepard Fairey. In June 2024, which media tycoon got married for the 5th time at the age of 93 to a retired molecular biologist named Elena Zhukova?
Rupert Murdoch.
Yes, which Gilbert and Sullivan comic opera has the alternative title, The King of Barataria?
The Mikado.
No, The Gondoliers. Encephalitis is a medical condition characterized by an inflammation of which major organ?
The heart.
No, the brain. What 4-letter adjective meaning tidy or orderly is also used to describe an alcoholic drink, such as whiskey served without a mixer or water added?
Neat.
Yes, the 2 distinctive yellow gantry cranes in a shipyard in Belfast are named after the 2 biblical strongmen, Samson and who else?
Goliath.
Yes, which village and holiday resort in North Wales, created by the architect Clive Williams Ellis and noted for its Italianate architecture, was the setting for the 1960s television series The Prisoner?
Port Meriam.
Yes, the annual Thanksgiving Day parade in New York City was inaugurated in 1924 as a celebration of Christmas when it was organized by employees of which department store in Manhattan?
Macy's.
Yes, what's the name of the politician who, in 2020, was elected for a 2nd term as mayor of Paris?
Marine Le Pen.
No, Anne Hidalgo. So, Charles, at the end of that round, you had no passes. You've got 14 points.
Thank you.
Next up, it's Mike. Mike, you start with 7 points. The score to beat as it stands is 14 points. You've got 2.5 minutes on general knowledge. Let's go. The name of which one of the 4 seasons is also a word for a place where water flows out from the ground?
Spring.
Yes. Which compass point is directly opposite southeast?
Northwest.
Yes. In the television drama series The Crown, which actress succeeded Olivia Colman in the role of Queen Elizabeth II?
Imelda Staunton.
Yes. The most prestigious horse races at which English racecourse, a few miles north of Chichester, include the Sussex Stakes, the Nassau Stakes, and the Stewards' Cup?
Ascot.
No, Goodwood. France's rapid rail service is often known by the abbreviated name TGV, which stands for Train à Grande Watts.
Vitesse.
Yes, the ruins of the ancient city of Knossos, which was the center of the Minoan civilization, are on which Greek island?
Crete.
Yes, a valet named Jean Passepartout is a character in which novel by Jules Verne?
Around the World in 8 Days.
Yes, what's the name of the moon that's the largest to orbit Saturn and the second largest in our solar system?
Europa.
No, Titan. Outlandos d'Amour, Regatta da Blanc, and Zenyatta Mondata, released in successive years from 1978, were the first 3 studio albums by which British group?
Bananarama.
No, The Police. What word derived from a Latin verb meaning to sew is used in medicine as a term for a stitch used to close a wound and for a join between bones in the cranium?
Fuse.
No, suture. What influential 1956 science fiction film, a loose adaptation of the Shakespeare play The Tempest, was nominated for an Oscar for its special effects and introduced the character Robbie the Robot?
Odyssey. Space Odyssey.
No,
2001.
Forbidden Planet. The Sanskrit word Sagarmatha, literally meaning peak of heaven, is the Nepalese name for which Himalayan mountain?
Mount Everest.
Yes, in 2022, the journalist Tony Gallagher was appointed as the editor of which UK daily newspaper?
The Times.
Yes. What word meaning soft and shapeless is used to describe dried marrow-fat peas that have been soaked and then boiled to a pulp and are often served as an accompaniment to fish and chips?
Mushy.
Yes, the Ides of March was a date in the Roman calendar corresponding to what date in March in the Gregorian calendar?
The 15th.
Yes. Which Dutch-born abstract expressionist artist painted the 1955 work entitled Interchange, which was sold for a reported $300 million in 2015?
Rembrandt.
No, Willem de Kooning. Which city and port on the south coast of England occupies a peninsula formed by the estuaries of the rivers Itchen and Test?
Portsmouth.
No, Southampton. Mike, you had no passes, and at the end of that round, you've got 17 points. And finally, let's have Rupam again, please. Rupam, you start with 9 points to score to beat to get through to the semi-finals. Is Mike's 17 points. You've got 2.5 minutes on general knowledge. Let's go. Which city was officially recognised as the capital of Wales in 1955?
Cardiff.
Yes. What Latin word, commonly abbreviated to a lowercase letter C, often appears before dates to indicate that they're approximate?
Circa.
Yes. What's the first name of the actress, a daughter of the director John Huston, who starred in the 1990 films The Grifters and The Witches?
Angelica.
Yes. The bomba variety of rice, grown mainly in southeastern Spain, is typically used to make what traditional Spanish dish?
Paella.
Yes. What's the first name of Lord Saatchi, who, with his older brother Charles, established an advertising agency in the UK which grew to be one of the largest in the world?
Richard.
No, Morris. A well-known 1978 UK hit single by Earth, Wind and Fire begins with the lines, "Do you remember the 21st night of which month?"
September.
Yes, which European country is formed by the Jutland Peninsula and more than 400 nearby islands?
The Netherlands.
No, Denmark. What well-known painting by Grant Wood in the collection of the Art Institute of Chicago features 2 people, one of whom holds a pitchfork?
Whistler's Mother.
No, American Gothic. In rugby union, what's the maximum number of players on each team allowed to take part in a scrum?
5.
No, 8. The 1990 book entitled Good Vibrations is an autobiography of which Scottish classical percussionist who has been profoundly deaf since the age of 12?
Pass.
The Rhode Island Red is a breed of what domesticated bird?
Chicken.
Yes, which river flows through the towns of Peebles, Galashiels and Kelso in southern Scotland?
The Clyde.
No, the Tweed. Which American statesman wrote in a letter to a friend in 1783 that there never was a good war or a bad peace?
Thomas Jefferson.
No, Franklin. The actress Jasmine Jobson was awarded a BAFTA in 2024 for her supporting role in What television crime drama, which began in 2011 and itself won an award in the drama series category at the same ceremony.
Happy Valley.
No, Top Boy. What term, partly derived from an old French word for profit, is used in finance to refer to a traded raw material such as gold, crude oil or coffee?
Commodity.
Yes, what name for a severe headache, often accompanied by nausea or visual disturbances, is derived from Greek words for half and skull because only one side of the head is usually affected?
Migraine.
Yes, the New York-born Society heiress Jenny Jerome was the mother of which UK Prime Minister?
Churchill.
Yes, the three principal classifications. Studies all finish. The three principal classifications in Western music for the female singing voice are from highest to lowest, soprano, mezzo-soprano, and which other?
Alto.
Yes, it is contralto. I will accept that.
Thank you.
Rupam, you had just a one pass. The 1990 book entitled Good Vibrations, the autobiography of the percussionist, was by Evelyn Glennie. And at the end of that round, Rupam, you've done it. You've got 19 points.
Thank you.
So let's have a look at the final scores. In joint third place with 14 points are Charles and Matilda. In second place with 17 points is Mike. So in first place with 19 points, it's Rupam, which means she goes through to the semi-finals. Congratulations to her. If you'd like to be a contender in the next series, please go to our website, bbc.co.uk/mastermind, and you can follow us at Mastermind Quiz. Join us again next time for more Masterminds. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
It's an amazing feeling. I am so chuffed, I can't tell you. When I first sat down in the black chair, I wasn't as nervous as I thought I would be. I was actually looking forward to getting some of this knowledge out of my head that I've been trying to get in there.
And your specialist subject?
The Matrix films. I chose the Matrix films because I've been a huge fan since I saw the first one at the cinema. It blew my mind. Mobile Avenue.
Yes.
Wake Up.
Yes.
It's the heart of the city hotel.
It is.
I dyed my hair blue for the show because there is a character in Matrix Resurrections called Bugs who has bright blue hair.
In first place with 19 points, it's Rupam, which means she goes through to the semi-finals.
Going into the semi-finals is kind of bittersweet. I was looking forward to burning my revision materials tonight, but instead I'm going to have to start revising for the next subject. But I think I'm up for it. Having been here and done it, I think I'm looking forward to it even more.